Welcome to No Sticks, No Bricks. Today we're playing What is in Jen's Hiking Bag?
Yeah, everybody wants to know what I keep in my secret hiking bag.
The secret hiking bag. Like that.
Well, first of all, I got this bag in Colorado.
Right.
At like an outdoor store.
Right. Bicycle shop.
A bicycle shop,
Yeah.
actually. So I cannot, that's the name of it.
You can Google it though and find it.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll find it. I'll put a link to this little pack in the description of the video because we've had a lot of people asking about it.
What I have in it right now, currently, because we're getting ready to go for hikes, I have water bottles, which come with it. So if you like this one, both these water bottles come with it. But I have my lunch, of course, which I'll take out real quick.
Your nice healthy lunch.
Yeah. But this is where the good stuff comes in. Those are my pickles. So I have handy wipes. Because, you gotta clean your hands.
No dudette wipes?
Nope. Then I have my sugar-free Jolly Ranchers and Lifesavers, because sometimes when you're hiking, you just want something.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of you are going to find this hard to believe, but I have chapstick in my hiking bag. I have 2 hiking bags, so this is hiking bag number 1 chapstick. In my other hiking bag, I do have another chapstick.
Do you have any backup chapsticks anywhere?
I do, right here. And I have one in my pocket.
I give up.
Yeah. I have goo.
Goo.
I don't know if anyone heard about this, but it's good for if you need some energy and stuff.
Yeah, it's like shotgunning a Gatorade. It works pretty good.
Of course, I have some gum. Same reason. And my phone. And then I put my lunch in here.
Can we fit this in there?
The kitchen sink?
The kitchen sink.
Why? Do you feel like I have everything but the kitchen sink?
I mean, you got a lot in there, but I mean, it's for as small as this is, you got a lot of stuff in that bag.
Yes. Oh, of course, my sunglass case.
We're going back to Huntsville State Park today to do another hike, and this time we're meeting up with Sean and Billy from Free to Roam. We're not going to film it. We did that last week, same exact thing, but we're going to address all the awesome comments that we had last week. You guys really came through. We asked you for some advice on what y'all wanted to see as far as our content goes, and I got to tell you, man, some of them comments that we got made my eyes sweat a little bit.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We love y'all, and thank you so much. But we'll get into all that stuff. What?
I said one more thing about this bag.
What's that?
It's got these secret pockets right here.
Oh.
They're not really secret, but they're this side. It's where I put my trash, like my gum wrappers and all that stuff.
Empty chapstick bottles.
Yep. You know what? That would be a great place. Oh, I know what I forgot to put in here.
What?
Sunscreen.
Oh yeah, I gotta have the sunscreen.
Yep. I better go find that.
Alright, so we'll get into everything else right after this. Itty bitty, did you have a good walk this morning?
She's hot.
Are you hot? Mama hot?
It's hot and humid out there. Whew.
It is hot and humid. But guess what? Jen doesn't have her heart monitor on anymore.
No, it's all gone.
It's all gone, in fact. It's right here. We gotta go mail it off today.
Yeah, I was supposed to mail it off yesterday.
Jen got her hair did yesterday, though. She forgot to mail it off.
Got it colored and cut.
Look at that.
Ooh,
la la. What you getting ready to eat there, babe?
A legendary Pop-Tart.
Have you guys tried these legendary Pop-Tarts? Oh my god, they're so good.
Protein pastry.
And they are protein. So they're healthy for you, right?
Yeah.
They're expensive, though.
They are expensive.
We got them off Amazon. Do you guys ever order groceries on Amazon? Let me show you something here. Y'all know I'm addicted to monsters, right? Specifically orange monsters. Well, you can never find cases of orange monsters in stores, like anywhere. I haven't been able to find them. If you know where they're at, let me know. But I've looked at Sam's, Costco, Walmart, H-E-B, you name it, and they never have them. But Amazon does. Look at that. 15 packs of the 18-ounce monsters. We're handing out some shot glasses at the RV deployment. Uh-oh. I'm going to make a mess here. Hold on. Here they all are. See if I can get one out here. There we go. Look at that. So this is what we're going to be handing out at the camper crawl at the RV deployment here in about 3 weeks. If you didn't get tickets to the RV deployment, unfortunately, there are none left. We sold out on February 1st when we cut the ticket sales off. We had to supply numbers to sponsors. We had to order a specific number of items for like swag bag gifts and stuff like that. So But be on the lookout for another deployment next year, because if this one is as successful as I think it's going to be, we'll probably have another one. I can't talk, I know. Yeah. The hike that we went on with Sean and Billy was pretty good. Holy crap. We were out just hiking this trail, this loop trail. We thought, you know what? It's a 7-mile trail. We're not going to do all 7 miles. We're just going to go as far as we want to go, and then we'll turn around. Well, we got to talking, all 4 of us out there BSing and hiking, and next thing you know, we've already got 4 miles under our belt, and we're like, well, if we turn around now, it's actually going to be longer, so we might just finish the loop. So it was, about 7 miles total for the loop, and up at Huntsville State Park up the road.
We ate lunch.
So yeah, we ate lunch on the trail. It was nice. It wasn't too hot. It was pretty shaded.
Yeah. It was hot.
It was hot. Spring is coming. It's hot. It's supposed to be stormy starting, I think, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row. We're going to be under storm threats. So springtime in Texas. Here we go. All right, babe. So we got to go drop off your heart monitor, mail it off. What else we got to do? What else we got to get, I guess? Oh, I need some new shoes.
You need some, walking, running shoes.
Yeah, so I can't run anymore because of my neck, which is fine. I kind of miss it, but I don't miss it at the same time, if you know what I mean. A lot easier on the body. So I started walking, and I walk pretty fast. I'm like a power walk, I guess you could say. And my Skechers, they're not built for it. Like the slip-on Skechers, they're fine for walking around, shopping or whatever, but not so much for exercise. It's actually rubbing the skin off the back of my heel here, so I need to get some just good old running shoes, I guess.
Yep.
Because my other ones blew out. I blew out the seam.
That's right. So we're going to go to Dick's.
Dick's Sporting Goods? Okay. What else? Is that it?
Post office and that for right now. I'm sure something else will come along the way.
I'm sure it will.
Always. Always.
See? This is just a little skinny can, though. 12 ounce. All right, so I think what we're going to do, we had a lot of great feedback like we talked about before and last week's video when we asked you guys what you wanted to see. So we're going to take you shopping today. A lot of people wanted to see us go shopping, which is great. Kind of just our daily full-time RV life. Today is Wednesday. That's not a full-time RV thing, though. That's a retiree thing when you don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do that, and then I'm probably going to tell you all about how we get mail. We had a few people that are interested in how we get mail while we're on the road, and once we get back from the store, I will go into detail about that. I'll probably do a little voiceover and bring up the app that we use for mail, and I'll show you how to do it and kind of go through the whole thing. So it's pretty simple, though, and it's really, really nice.
Why don't you go drink some water?
Are you hot? You good?
Sure.
Oh, look what else we got.
Oh, yeah.
Skylight calendar.
Oh, my God.
That thing is pretty cool. You guys have this Skylight calendar? It's pretty neat. Let me show you. So you can load up pictures. This is obviously Colorado and Silverton, but here's our grocery list. We've got a list of stuff we got to buy for the RV deployment still. And then we got our to-do list.
That's your to-do list.
Oh, my to-do list. And then, of course, you got your calendar, any appointments that we have. It'll show up on here. Tasks, all kinds of different stuff. But, yeah, it's pretty slick.
So basically, I always had a calendar that I kept on the fridge.
Yep. She's old school.
I'm old school. I gotta be able to, see it in front of me. I don't know, something happened to it. It's just kind of small, and I think, when I tore off, February, I tore off March as well.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh, crap. Because they were
missing a month.
We're missing a month, so we talked about it, so we got this. And I love it, because Jason has his own color for his appointments. I have my own color, and then we have, a family color, which, for stuff like the deployment, that's for both of us and stuff, so.
Right, and you can link it up to Alexa. Watch this. Let's bring up a grocery list. Let's see. So there's our grocery list right there. Let's just add something. There's our Alexa over there. So I'm going to add, let's add Monster. Alexa, tell Skylight to add Monster to the grocery list.
I've added Monster to your Skylight grocery list.
You did? Oh, there it is. Put it down at the bottom. There you go.
So one thing I like about this grocery list is before I had an app on my phone. And so Jason, I'd be in the shower and he'd be like, babe, I need you to add, garbage bags to the grocery list. Well, by the time I came out of the shower, I'd forget.
And if I didn't tell her right then and there while it was in my mind, I'd forget.
You know, and so basically now we have this, so it's nice because we both can add things. You can do it manually too. Plus, so it's free unless you pay, I think it was like $79 for a year to do this other thing.
It organizes your grocery list.
It can organize your grocery list.
Gives you all kinds of different options.
You can build recipes. So I can take my phone and take a picture of the stuff in the fridge, and it'll give me a recipe to make something, what's in there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Plus the photos, a bunch of different stuff you can do. So we really like it.
We do. And in fact, like Jenna was saying, we each have an app on our phone, the Skylight app. So yeah, if something comes to you and when you're outside working on something, you're like, man, I need some WD-40. Well, by the time I get in the RV, I'm going to forget to put it on the list. So then I just get on my phone real quick, add it to the list, and it shows right up on the grocery list on the main Skylight. Or I tell Alexa to do it from inside. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. We like it.
Here's a pro tip for you. If you're looking to buy a Skylight, we actually found it the cheapest at Sam's Club.
Yes.
So it was cheaper than Amazon. It was cheaper than Costco by like $20-$30. I think we paid, $180 for the 15-inch one or two?
It's
what was it?
$269 at Sam's, but it was like $319 every other place we looked.
That's what it was. It was like $30 or $40 cheaper at Sam's Club.
So here, I'm going to show you the app on my phone here. And so you can see where it says rewards. So if you have kids and they have chores, they can earn you can just mark rewards there. So if they do their chores, it's kind of like stickers, but I don't know what you would give them because everybody's different. We used to give our kids money for chores, but
yeah,
whatever. So it's kind of cool.
Well, wait a minute. Do I get stickers for my chores?
No.
Why not?
You don't.
We had some other comments. People wanted to kind of see what our setup is outside, what it looks like. So let me go show you that real quick. Kind of our normal setup that we do. Also, I wanted to talk about something else real quick. You see, it's really hot right now, and all the sun is just coming into this section, and it just heats up this whole front so much, so hot, because the problem is the sun has already penetrated the windshield. So you can just feel the difference in air temperature from here to the blinds. But the heat has already got inside the RV because it's penetrating the windshield, it's penetrating the glass. This whole front cap is hot. So we finally pulled the trigger and we ordered the Magna shades. And we're going to do, obviously, the windshield. And we're doing that window, the door, and that window. That way this whole front is going to be covered up. And then you can still see out. Like right now when we have our blinds down, you can't see out of them at all. It's nice to be able to see out when people can't see in. And we're going to have a nice mountain scene on a lake. It's going to be really pretty. So we're looking forward to that. But it takes 8 to 10 weeks to fabricate these Magna shades that are custom print. So we're looking at probably end of April time frame before we finally get them. We did order the tire covers as well, and those actually just shipped, and they're supposed to be here, I think, Friday. Ooh. So the tire covers that we have right now are right here. Thanks to Mark and Debbie, our friends. They're the ones that gave us these tire covers. But the problem is, whenever it gets windy, they don't strap up from behind unless you actually put bungee cords on them and stuff. And when it gets really windy, it'll blow these things right off. I've found them behind the RV 20 feet away and stuff like that. So it'll be nice to get the tire covers to actually show the rim too. So this whole thing isn't covered. It'll just be covering the tires only, and then you can actually still see the rim. So I really like the way they look. That'll be pretty cool. So outside setup, normally when we're traveling by ourselves, we don't usually put the clam up unless we're with friends or something. Of course, we got our nice Americana rug here, which is really nice. Got that off Amazon, and you can find that in our Amazon store, as long as our trash can that we keep outside. It's nice to have a little trash can outside because, when I'm outside working or taking the dogs, and the closest dumpster is quite a ways away, and then we just throw everything in there and then take the whole bag when we're done. And then, of course, Axel's bed is out here. This is his outside bed. And then we have a box where we put our shoes, because the one thing we hate is having shoes cluttered up everywhere in there. We do have the little bit of indoor storage for those shoes. I think we showed you a couple videos ago. But outside shoes, this is our box. So it's got our hiking shoes and sandals and Skechers and stuff like that. And those stay out here all the time. Even if it rains, they're covered in the tote. Doesn't leak or anything. So that just frees up a little bit more space inside the RV. I don't think I showed you all this, but we did a little upgrade. We put some of these step treads on, and they look really nice. Actually, a little bit dirty now after a couple days of using them, but we just put those on, ripped off the old ones, and I'll show a picture. I'll throw up a picture of what it looked like before and after, but we're really happy with those. And plus, they're nice and soft when you walk out in your bare feet or your socks or whatever. They feel pretty good. All right, so going to the back of the RV. Now, this is going to be dependent on our site and which way the wind usually blows. But this is where we have our bike garage back here, and this is where our e-bikes stay. I'll show you what this looks like. Whoops, there they are. Inside, we still have them locked up in there. These are really cheap. You can get them off Amazon for like 35-40 bucks. They keep the bikes out of the weather, which is really good, and kind of out of sight, out of mind. You know, you keep those honest people honest. We've already had e-bikes stolen, so we don't really trust people when it comes to e-bikes anymore. Coming over to the other side of the RV, we've got our Blue Tech system sitting out. So here is the 3-stage filtration system going into our water softener and then going into the RV. And we absolutely love our Blue Tech. It's probably one of the best upgrades that we've ever done for this lifestyle. Something about soft water and clean filter water, it's pretty nice. And we got our Blue Tech water pressure gauge and this manifold, so you got a couple different spigots that you can use. A lot of times we'll throw stuff underneath the RV, like there's our bike racks. We don't keep it on the bike all the time. There's our ladder. We'll stick that kind of stuff underneath the RV while we're at a site, especially if we're gonna be here for an extended period of time. Right now we are at Lake Conroe for 3 weeks, and we've already been here about 2.5 weeks. We actually leave for another RV resort, which we'll talk about later on Saturday. So since we did get the e-bike stolen here a few years ago, we added a security to our RV. So we've got these Ring cameras set up on all 4 corners of the RV, so that way we have 360-degree coverage, and we can monitor it from our phone. It'll send us alerts if we get motion. So there's one right there as well. Now, we did have the Ring doorbell up here, and it was 3M'd, and it lasted a long time, but on one travel day we must have hit a bump, and that thing disappeared. So we are no longer putting the Ring doorbell on here because we just forget to take the dang thing off when we have trouble days. So these are the indoor outdoor Ring cams, and then I ordered these little, I don't know what you call them, like little rope bracket thingies where you can kind of manipulate them and hang them up wherever you need to, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it for outside. Normally we have our flags flying on these 2 mounts up here, but it's been super windy, and the wind is coming right out of the south this direction, so it's kind of smacking the flags up against the RV, and I just don't want the paint to get scratched, so we took them down for now. And plus, once we get the Magna shade, because it's going to be on the outside of the RV's glass, these are no longer going to be a viable option for the glass. So we're either going to have to move the flags to maybe a slide out or something, or come up with something else. We just got to make sure that we keep Old Glory lit at night, so that's the big thing. We would use a ladder mount. I can't even tell you how many flagpoles that we've gone through in the last 20 years. I bet you I have gone through at least 6 where I had them off the ladder, and aluminum, fiberglass, doesn't really matter. At some point they get destroyed or they won't lock anymore. And I already have a pole up there with Starlink, but I don't know, probably not going to put one on the pole, only because the problem that we had before when I had Starlink on the roof is the flags would sometimes get in the way of the Starlink, and then we would lose our signal. So I don't know if it'll do that anymore with this updated Starlink and all the advances they've made. It probably wouldn't be an issue, but I still got to have room to be able to climb up and down the ladder, so having a pole on either side is probably not super ideal. I don't know, we'll see. If you guys got any advice, let me know. All right, got this little rug here, and I just nipped off the corner so it actually fit, because this is kind of a weird space right here. Uh-oh, must be Wednesday.
This is a test of the NOAA Weather Radio's warning device. The preceding signal was a test of the weather radio station's public warning system.
Gotta have that. You gotta make sure you have your weather radio, especially this time of year in Texas, because it's fixing to get fun, y'all. I just remember something I want to show y'all. An RV tip. So the other day, went to, I don't know, I think when we were going on the hike, went to lock the RV with our fob, key fob. This little guy right here, and nothing happened. I was like, uh-oh. So I had to do it manually. I just couldn't get it to work. So we went on the hike, came back, and I thought, the battery must be dead in our fob. So I replaced the battery. Still nothing. Didn't work. What the heck's going on? So then we actually have a manual switch right here, too. And this is unlocks and locks the door. So I came over to that and tried it. Nothing. Didn't work. I was like, uh-oh, we got a problem. So I wasn't sure exactly if it was a fuse or something that was blown or what it ended up being is something even simpler, and that's the contacts on the door. Let me show you. So right here are these brass-looking contacts, and all I did is clean them with my finger, just like that. I probably need to get some actual solvent and clean them. Once these plungers here make contact with the plates, then it provides that electrical connection for it to actually work. So, yeah. See? Nothing. It won't work when that's open like that. And then you close it, complete the circuit, and there you go. Well, before we go, we got to make sure we get all these awnings in. You don't ever leave awnings out when you leave the RV, because you never know when that gust of wind's going to come up. But it is kind of nice. Got this little handy screen right here, and I can just do it from right here. There we go. Ooh, we gotta go to the dumpster though. All right, are we gonna be able to remember the trash if it's on the back of the Jeep?
Yes.
And not on the windshield?
Literally right there.
I know. All right, let's do it. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
There you go, babe. Hopefully, good results. Well, I think I found a pair. We're going to get it right now. It even is the same color as our channel.
Oh.
Nice. I like the way the Brooks feel on my feet. They're usually pretty comfortable, and I think these are gonna work. And now we're at McAllister's for a super exciting lunch.
Yeah, super exciting.
This is what y'all wanted to see. Day in the life of a full-time RVer. It's riveting.
It is.
And just like that, we're back at the RV.
Those people look like they're taking their plan now.
Oh, yeah, it's getting a little cloudy. So, I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to storm today though, but clouds are looking a little suspect. Kind of building up. Ready?
There's the welcoming committee.
Every time. As soon as we unlock the door, the welcoming committee hits. Let's see. There they are.
Back up.
Oh my goodness.
Back up. Back up. Back up.
Hold on, puppies. We'll take you in a second.
You shouldn't jump.
She's too little. Alright, let me get the big baby here. Alright, buddy. We're actually pretty close to the dog park. It's right there, but our dogs are broken and they don't like the dog park. Axel will just start drooling after he smells all the other dogs over there. He gets all nervous. Itty bitty, well, she just barks at everything. What's that?
I just felt some raindrops.
You did? Uh-oh. Yeah, it don't look like much right now. It's also nice because we got this little pond right across from us. That's cool. Here you go, guys. You want to see everyday RV life. Dogs pissing and pooping and sniffing. That's every day of any life.
I mean, always picking up dog poop.
Yep. Of course, when we lived in Alaska, we had 10 acres, and we would just let them outside, and then they'd go do their business. But now they always got to be on a leash, you know, and we got to pick up the poo. But it's worth it. Alright guys, let's talk about how we get mail while we're on the road. And we have been getting it this way for almost 5 years. We actually signed up for our traveling mailbox, that's what it's called, before we even hit the road, just to make sure we had everything squared away prior to leaving Alaska. So that's what we use, traveling mailbox. You can go to their website and do it there, but 99.9% of the time I'm going to use the app on my phone. So I'm going to do a screen recording and bring it up and show you why I talk about it. Alright guys, let's do a little search here for traveling mailbox, and there's the app. That's what it looks like. So you bring it up, it brings you right to your inbox, and it looks like I got some new mail, so I'm good. That's good. I can show you guys how we read mail that has already been opened, and I can show you the options that we have. So here is our new email, this top one up here. So you click on request action, and here's all the different options that it gives you. You can have them open it, scan it, you can have it forwarded to wherever you are, but it's usually like $25 to get it forwarded, so just keep that in mind. You do not want to have packages sent to the traveling mailbox, because if you're going to forward them, it's going to cost some bucks. We have to do that a lot of times with our VA meds, so we try to typically not do that, but sometimes, you know, you can't avoid it. You can create different folders in here. Here's our folders up here in the top right, and we've got a bunch of different folders. We got our taxes folders, VA folders, important stuff that we want to keep, and basically it'll just archive that for as long as you have the account. The physical copy does get shredded, I believe, after 30 days if you don't like move it to a folder or have it shipped to you or whatever. Or if it's junk mail, then you just hit junk mail, and that way it doesn't count against you, because there is a limit of how much mail you can come in and scan and all that stuff, but we've never even come close to that limit at all, because let's face it, most mail you get these days is not in paper format. It's all electronic. Every bill that we pay is pretty much electronic. Bank statements sometimes will get paper, but for the most part we're pretty paperless. And then if you just don't want to even look at it, but it's not junk, you just hit shred and delete, and then they'll shred and delete it, and that'll be the end of that, and it'll disappear out of the inbox. Here's one that's already been opened, so you can see it says opened and scanned. This is from Thousand Trails. This is prior to us upgrading our membership, like we talked in the last videos. So I had already requested that they open scan it. So this is what it's going to look like when they do that. So you click on the actual envelope, and then you'll see that it's loading all the images down at the bottom, and this is where they do the scanning of everything and anything inside that envelope. So we're going to leave this in here. We're going to request action, open and scan, and this process can take up to like 24 hours. Usually if you do it like in the morning, by the afternoon they've got it scanned, but do keep that in mind. It does take some time. It's not instant. If you do have mail forwarded to you, you have different options. You can pick UPS or FedEx or USPS, and how fast you want it. You know, it gives you all the different options, and you do it right through the app, so it works out pretty good. So if you go to the traveling mailbox website to set up your online mail, they do have like 3 different plans. They got the basic plan, which is $15 a month, and you can have 40 incoming pieces of mail. They can scan 3 pages or whatever. There's a whole, you have to go on their website and look, because there's a bunch of different options. Then they have the extended plan, which is $25 a month. I believe that's what we have. And then they actually have a small business plan, but you probably won't need that unless you are using it for a small business. It just gives you more items that you can scan and all that. So just go to their website, travelingmailbox.com. I'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen for you. It's pretty easy. You just fill out the required paperwork that any post office would have you fill out to create your mailbox, and submit it, and then it's pretty quick. As far as where your address will be for your traveling mailbox, there's a few different options. You got Sanford, North Carolina, which is what we chose, and that's going to be under your standard plan. Everybody's going to have Sanford, North Carolina. If you got one of the premium plans, then you can pick Chicago, there's some Wisconsin, there's Wyoming, and there's a bunch of different options all over the U.S. Since we were coming out of Alaska, we didn't even have that choice, because there's no Alaska at all. There's not even an option for Alaska on traveling mailbox, so we just did the standard plan. So we picked Sanford, North Carolina. We'd never even been to Sanford, North Carolina. It's kind of funny. One time we gave somebody our address. We were at a store or something, and they were like, "Oh, we're from Sanford," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've never even been to the town. I have no idea where it is." And I had to explain the whole full-time traveling mailbox thing. So If you have any other questions about how we get mail or how traveling mailbox works, then feel free to ask. You can shoot us an email at reelsnosticksnobricks@gmail.com, or you can just comment in this video and we'll help you out. And that's how we get mail on the road.